Hello, how are you? I welcome you to your community, Purple Feather Tarot. I truly hope that you are doing very well at this moment, and I also hope that in this tarot reading, you will find those answers or the messages from the universe that you are looking for. Today, we are going to go directly into your reading, so let's connect with your tarot deck, and as always, we are going to be looking at all your energies, your present, your future. Let's also look at the energies of your special person or your twin flame, and also, let's review the blessings that are coming into your life. So, connecting with all your energies, let's begin. You have the King of Swords. You also have the Queen of Swords card. You also have the Eight of Wands. You have the Strength card, and you also have the Page of Swords. So, I feel changes, movement, and communication, especially with your special person. Maybe a conflict occurred, a distancing happened, because here, with the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, I sense two people with a great deal of power, with a great deal of strength, and also, one of them may have a very big ego. So here, it is telling me that especially a Gemini or a person from Aries wants to reconnect with you to begin to fix things, because this person is finally realizing, after a very long time, that they made a mistake. And I like it because I feel that this specific message speaks about how you might still have feelings for this person, and maybe you are going to allow this person to communicate with you. The Strength card can indeed mean a conflict, it can mean that you clashed or are clashing very strongly, but look how the message is quite positive. After a clash, after a confrontation, comes a passionate reconciliation. So, let's clarify this energy, let's see if the universe wants us to talk about love in your reading. If we are going to talk about other matters, we will see that too. But in the meantime, I feel that lately, the universe is speaking very clearly about your special person. So if we need to clarify all the matters regarding your person, then let's do it in this reading. You have the Two of Cups. I told you, the universe is like putting the dots on the I's, and what that means in regard to love is that there are relationships that are going to be corrected, they are going to be fixed, especially if they are true relationships, twin flame connections. But when the universe shows up with very strict energies, karmic connections or painful connections definitely come to an end. The Two of Cups in this case can mean that a relationship begins to improve after a period of recovery or after a period full of difficulties. Let's clarify this reading a bit more, but I feel that the language of love is going to be very important for you, because I feel that there is someone who wants to open up, someone wants to open their heart, someone wants to open their body, someone wants to surrender to you with body, mind, soul, and spirit. So let's see what this is about. Two of Wands, someone wants to take the leap of faith. A person was afraid, a person is or was afraid to love or to be loved. A person was afraid to live with you, a person was afraid to go on a trip or to take this leap of faith. But the fact that this person is afraid does not mean they do not want to do it, it means that maybe they are a human being who has fears, who maybe has panic of committing to you. But the Two of Wands makes me feel that this person is really considering you or is strongly considering the proposal you made or the idea that the two of you share together. You also have the Seven of Cups. Things here turn out much better than you were expecting. Look, the Seven of Cups can mean the energy of a party, the energy of a celebration, but I feel that you are going to be surprised when someone finally gives in or finally someone says yes to you. I don't know what it is that you want at this moment, because it may depend. Maybe you want something serious like marriage, maybe you simply want to go on a first date with someone and that person says yes. So your reading tells me to please expect a resounding yes as an answer. You also have the Seven of Swords. I feel that you still haven't managed to free yourself from an energy or from a person from your past. There is someone meddling here, someone wants to interfere with your happiness or someone wants to interfere in your relationship. You have already removed this person from your life, but maybe, unfortunately, you are dealing with a person who is too intense or a person who does not like to be told no. Maybe someone is saying yes to you, but in order to say yes to you, you had to say no to someone else, and now that person's ego is completely destroyed. I feel that when you said no or when you are going to say no, this person might become a bit more intense. So your reading tells me that you are possibly going to be blocking an intense person, especially if it's a Gemini or also a Libra. You also have the Knight of Swords card. I feel this communication is quite intense. Look at the face of the Knight of Swords, it shows anger. It is a communication that arrives but does not come with cordiality, with love, or in a genuine way. It's a person who comes to demand from you, or a person who arrives seeking conflict or looking for a fight. So I definitely feel you isolating yourself, but not from a victim's perspective or not from a place of weakness, but simply because at this moment you just want this person to finally leave you alone. So your reading keeps reiterating this energy of isolation or separation, especially with an air sign. Very well, I don't know if at this moment you are having a conflict with an air sign or if you are definitely cutting communication with someone who no longer feels right to you. We continue with your reading. You have the Five of Wands card, energy of conflicts, energy of drama. I feel that someone right now is thinking about you, but someone who expresses their love or their desire to be with you with a lot of drama and a great deal of conflict, and you are no longer in the mood to put up with these kinds of arguments. You also have the Knight of Pentacles card. Look, you may have been in a stage of conflict followed by reconciliation, conflict followed by reconciliation. I treat you terribly, and then I come and give you a gift. I say horrible things to you, and then I try to repair the relationship. So I feel an energy of up and down like an emotional roller coaster. Now, the Knight of Pentacles card, in relation to your energies, may mean that you are looking for stability. I don't know if that stability will be something you will achieve on your own or with a new person who offers you all the stability you are needing. But yes, the Knight of Pentacles in relation to love can mean someone who is approaching you with a very calm attitude, perhaps a very slow attitude, but the Knight of Pentacles always arrives slowly but surely. You may be attracting a Taurus or also a Virgo. You also have the Page of Cups card. A new love may be emerging. Look, the Page of Cups represents a new love, but it is a love where you don't know what will happen. So I keep feeling this energy of first dates, second dates, third dates, I don't know, depending on how deeply you want to get to know this person. But yes, I feel that you are in the mood to go out again, to dress nicely. Maybe, I don't know, someone you were with made you feel bad and you no longer dressed up, you no longer wore perfume. Now I feel that you are going to wear perfume again, your reading tells me, or you are going to bring out your best outfit, because definitely, well, I don't know if you want to impress this person or not, but your reading tells me especially to recommend the color red, but not an intense red like burgundy or blood red, a softer red, for example, it could be purple, a soft purple color or also the color violet. We continue with your reading. You have the King of Wands card. You are empowering yourself. You are setting boundaries, but the boundaries set by the King of Wands are boundaries that are very difficult to break, because the King of Wands, like the energy of the Emperor, is always surrounded by the energy of an empire. In this case, the empire is made up of your family, your friends, the people you know. So I feel that there are people who are going to help you. There are people who will be by your side. And let's find out what kind of person in particular is going to offer you support. Ten of Pentacles, yes, your family is going to be by your side, especially a Capricorn or a Virgo will help you a lot with your stability. You are possibly very busy at this moment, and you can delegate some things to a person of an earth sign. So let's clarify these energies a bit more, because I feel at this moment, now that your reading has developed a little, that you are seeking peace, you are seeking calm, and those energies are being offered to you right now by the universe. If you truly want peace and calm, then that is what is going to come into your life. So let's take a deeper look at how that calmness I'm sensing is going to reach you. You have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can mean that you are going to achieve absolutely everything you have set out for yourself at this moment. I feel that, for a reason, for a moment, you may look back and see whether you are truly fulfilling the resolutions you had planned for this year. And I feel that, with great joy, you are going to realize that these resolutions you had in mind are going to begin to move forward, especially if they had been stagnant. Here, I especially feel that if you had planned to buy a house or an apartment, this process is going to accelerate. Maybe you were searching for a house, an apartment, a place to live, or a country to emigrate to, but you didn't like something. You didn't like that house you were looking at. You didn't like the country. Maybe you didn't like the language. But suddenly, the universe is going to give you a sign, an important sign, about where you should go or where you should head to live, because here you are going to find either a residence or a person who will invite you to live with them. I especially feel that a sudden commitment is going to happen with an Aries or with a person from Sagittarius. Let's take a closer look. In fact, the horoscope tells me to recommend to you the number 2 and the number 4. Possibly, I don't know, the next number of your house, the number of your house if houses have numbers in the country where you live, could be number 2 or number 4. Possibly, for example, on the 2nd floor or on the 4th floor. Pay close attention to these signs, because the universe is telling you that 02 and 04 are going to be important for you. We continue with your reading. You have the Hermit card. I feel that you are withdrawing. In some cases, you are withdrawing in silence. Personally, I like the energy of the Hermit, because I'm going to make a comparison between the Hermit and other energies. There are people who, when they end a relationship, make accusations or take a very defensive or very aggressive attitude. But in comparison, the Hermit simply packs their bags and leaves quietly. So maybe, at this moment, you have that sensation that something no longer works and you want to leave without any kind of complaint, without any kind of reproach, because the Hermit already knows, has already thought a lot about how this relationship has come to an end and that it is time to move on. Very well, maybe it's hard to move on, it's hard to end a relationship, but the Hermit is a very wise person, a person who recognizes that the only way to close a cycle from the past is by walking away, maybe temporarily, to see if the relationship will ultimately work out, or maybe by walking away permanently to close a cycle once and for all. You also have the Wheel of Fortune. In this case, the Wheel of Fortune can mean that you are going to find luck being alone, because possibly, lately, I don't know, you were surrounded by the wrong people. You wanted to be alone. I feel that you felt very uncomfortable because the Hermit always has this feeling of being out of place. You felt out of place in a certain place, you felt out of place with a person, and now you are going to feel like you are exactly where you should be. And for some reason, I feel that you are going to find much comfort or much peace in your home. Your home is going to be the perfect place of manifestation. You are going to feel good. You are going to prepare yourself a hot drink, and you are going to start channeling many signs and many messages from the universe. You have the Knight of Wands card. The Knight of Wands can mean that your projects are beginning to move forward. You are an intelligent person. You are a mature person. You have an excellent reputation. Your reputation is that what you think, you build, and what you build, you maintain. For example, if you have a business, your business has an excellent reputation. It is currently at its peak or will be full of clients, because there are people who trust in you. I feel that you are the kind of person who doesn't worry so much about problems, but maybe worries more about solutions. And that is called being a very proactive person. So I feel you are very proactive at this moment, and proactivity is definitely one of the pillars of manifestation. You also have the King of Pentacles card. I see you calm, but this calmness doesn't mean that you are passive or that you are currently just lying around waiting for things to happen. The King of Pentacles may appear to be a person who sometimes lacks energy or has a passive demeanor or maybe doesn't seem like much. However, the secret of the King of Pentacles is not to appear, because he doesn't want to attract attention. Very well, the King of Pentacles may be a person who dresses very humbly, doesn't need to wear branded clothing, doesn't need to impress anyone, because that person is already 100% impressed with all the millions they have in their bank account. Very well, so maybe you are creating something in silence. Maybe at this moment you are withdrawing from pretentious people or arrogant people, and right now, you are focusing on your own energies. Well, let's continue with your reading. You have the Ten of Wands. It is time for you to release this burden. Why are you carrying the burdens of others if those people don't even think about you? Other people only appear in your life when they need money, when they need a favor, or when they need support, and you end up here carrying, well, pardon the redundancy, the burdens of others who don't even offer you their gratitude. So I feel that at this moment, this fire represented by the Ten of Wands can signify a rebellious energy. I have been feeling this energy a lot in your recent readings, a rebellion, like saying, no more, I can't take it anymore. It's like, okay, you are my friend, you are my companion, but I don't have to carry your responsibilities. And in some cases, this can also mean the recognition that you know you have your special person, your twin flame, by your side, but there are definitely things that need to be reorganized. This doesn't mean you are giving up. This doesn't mean that you are going to abandon your friends or your special person. But it does mean that you are reorganizing your priorities. So let's clarify this energy a little more, as always. You have the World card. So, it's clear. The world is like the peak of the mountain. That is indeed the most exquisite place, the most paradisiacal place you can visit. Whether from a physical point of view, you are going to climb a mountain, maybe you like climbing, you like hiking, you like trekking, you like the mountains, or from a spiritual point of view, I feel the world can represent a pinnacle or the spiritual summit. In either case, if you want to literally climb a mountain and you have some experience doing so, then you already know that to climb a mountain, you need to carry the lightest gear and discard any heavy items in your pack or bag, because the more things you carry, the harder it will be to reach the top of the mountain. Now, from a spiritual perspective, the summit can represent that at this moment, you need to let go of, for example, limiting beliefs, outdated paradigms, or any kind of negative energy that you feel, especially if you feel it toward yourself. Because, for instance, low self-esteem or a poor self-image can become an obstacle to reaching that spiritual summit. So I'll repeat it, the universe is suggesting to you right now to please release all those burdens in order to reach this summit represented by Major Arcana number 21, the last of the Major Arcana, the end, the peak, definitely the best place to be. Obviously, you need to let go of all this weight and continue climbing. Let's continue with your reading. You also have the Ten of Swords. Sometimes, it is completely normal to feel defeated, because life, according to this card, is a marathon, and life is hard according to this card. Obviously, don't expect paths lined with roses, rainbows, and flying unicorns. This card says that sometimes people, very likely people, are going to hurt you or wound you. And I don't say that as a negative prophecy, I say it as reality. But always, for example, the tarot or your intuition can tell you, be very careful with these warnings, or be careful with these signs. In that sense, you can use the tarot or your intuition to maintain a more measured and cautious energy. However, this card is telling you that if you are in a moment of Ten of Swords, it is time to remove those swords. I don't know if those swords mean betrayal, failure, a mistake you made, or that someone lied to you, because the only way to rise again is by removing those wounds. Now remember that swords in the tarot do not mean physical wounds, they represent emotional wounds. And the only way to heal those emotional scars from your body or your mind is simply through forgiveness. So forgiveness is going to be very important for you to close this past cycle. Let's continue with your reading. You have the Magician card, a card of manifestation, a card of growth. You are going to be manifesting something. Let's clarify what you are going to manifest with your next card, the Chariot. So I don't see anything specific that you're going to manifest, but this combination can mean that your life is going to start moving much faster in all areas. Your health is going to improve at the same time your finances improve. You will have more job opportunities. I also feel your life will progress better with your special person. You will also have more opportunities to love and show love to your special person. So expect a very positive shift in all areas of your life. In this case, I am told to recommend to you a lucky number. You can try your luck with this number, the number 1, the number 8, and also the number 7. Well then, this is your tarot reading for today. Definitely, as always, thank you so much for being here with me, revealing all these secrets of the tarot. For today, we are bringing your reading to a close. As always, I also invite you, if you enjoy these readings, you can click that like button, and you can also click that subscribe button for this channel. We are closing your video. I hope you have an excellent day, full of success, full of manifestation, and most certainly, as every day, we will be seeing each other in your next reading.